today, we are going to describe what is gender according to the sociologists that we have. Okay, functionalists view gender as the gender must be divided into roles. Functionalists see that the women in the family must be the subordinates, and the men in the family must be the head of the family, meaning that the men must be providing for their families financially and going to work in order for the families to function properly. Whereas the women must be doing the house chores, certain roles, and must dress in certain way. In our charts or in our collage, we see that the women here is cooking while wearing a dress in the kitchen, meaning that according to the functionalist, the place of the women is in the kitchen. And we also see here that only the men are in the mining business, which means that the functionalists see that the men should be doing the chores or working the jobs that are regarding power or that needs power in order to be handled. And then moving on, we see also here there's two people. There's a man who is holding a huge vase than the women who is holding the little vase. In our own view, we see that the bigger vase suggests that the man is powerful. It's maybe in terms of the position that he is in the business, and then the women is in a lesser position than the men's position in the business. Okay. And then the conflict theory suggests that there should be a balance, or there should be equality in the families. The men should do the chores as well as the women. So there must be an equality in the households. In this picture here, this picture depicts that the men can also do the same jobs as the women, as we see that they are in the garden doing the same chores. And here, in this picture depicts that the women are working hand in hand with the men with the washing, with the clothes that they've been washing. Okay, in order for us as a group to make this presentation so good and so classy or glamorous, we've decided to take the presentation to court in order to solve the issue of gender according to the sociologist.
Be seated. I'm Judge today we are going to deliberate about functionalist and conflict theory on gender. Amy, may you introduce your statement to the court?
My name is Amy Goodman, and here with me I have Miss Talcott Parsons, a very well-known and thank you, my Lord, for the opportunity. My name is Amy Goodman. I'm here to present Miss Talcott Parsons, a very well-known functionalist. Miss Talcott, could you please share a little bit of your views on functional theory?
Okay, the functionalist theory basically is talking about the need for the gender roles in society. We need gender roles so there could be balance within family structures and within societies, which is why the female roles are called expressive, because they handle how they interrelate with family members and they handle their emotional welfare and states. The males are therefore called instrumentalist, because they work and bring in money and income for the family. Boys are taught to be instrumental, which is good orientated, to focus on tasks to be centered to the relationship of the family outside societal structures.
Karl Marx took a step.
Okay, thank you, my lord, for the opportunity. Today in court, I'm representing my client, which is Karl Marx, who is going to engage or emphasize more on the conflict theory's perspective. Karl Marx, over to you, sir.
So, my theory is called the conflict theory. So this theory is all about what happens in the society. So in the conflict theory, it suggests that social order is maintained by domination as well as power. So according to this theory, those with wealth and power try to suppress the poor as well as the powerless, of which is totally wrong because there should be equality in a society.
Mr. Talcon, what do you say in your defense?
I'd like to say that functionalist theories are not actually suppressing or oppressing the female, but the greater physical strength of men leads them naturally to be the providers of the family. And it's been, for ages, women are virtually from every culture and society around the planet have the primary responsibility for child and home care.
From the conflict theory, Mr. Karl Marx, what do you say? What do you say in your defense to what Talcon said?
Okay, so in taking a stand, as you've said that it is not mainly about suppressing. So if, as you've said it, you say that in a family a person has to work, like you've said, a man has to take responsibilities just because of power and all of that. So if it happens that a man was born like physically weak, so what happens to the family?
My lord, if I can disturb, it is written even in the Bible that men are the heads of the family. God knew that there's going to be a crippled man, there's going to be whatsoever that diseases that they may have. So I think he took that into consideration when making a man as a head of a family and a woman as a helper. Thank you.
Mr. Rem, do you have anything to say or to add on what Miss Amy just said?
My lord, thank you, my lord, for the opportunity. I would say that functionalism tends to support a white middle-class family model, emphasizing the economic activities of the maid as the head, as they just said, as the head of the household, and domestic activities of his female subordinates. Okay, what if, in the modern days, we have gays, we have lesbians, okay? If both of these two people who are deeply in love are gays or are lesbians, what will then happen in that kind of family? How are the roles going to be divided, as they said that there should be roles in the families? Meaning that a lesbian cannot they cannot do the chores or the roles of the man, as they've said that the men should work hard works in order for them to provide for their families. What will then happen into the lesbian family with two women who are in love, carrying out the family as they are the partners in the household? There's no men here. There are only females who are in love, who are married.
If I could ask Miss Rem, what makes a complete family? Isn't it men, women, children?
Can I answer that one? We now live in a modern society. It isn't about what happened back then or whatever is written in the Bible. We have lesbians like he has said. So.
And
okay.
To answer Mrs. Ram's question, she asked what will happen if a lesbian is married to another lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are gender roles. Mm-hmm. Someone needs to clean, someone needs to cook, someone needs to take care of children. Mm-hmm. How are you going to sustain a balanced family if there are two women? Who is going to go to work and who is going to stay at home and take care of the children?
And it's by their choice to be married together.
Meaning that, as you're saying, that it is by their choice to stay together. Meaning that the other women cannot go to work just because she's not a man. Are you saying that?
Being lesbian does not make you stronger. So who will go to work and who will stay at home?
The question is what happens to
What
the family
happens
if
to
you're
the
both
family if you are
women?
both women?
So
That
the
is
family
why-
shouldn't exist at all.
That is why functionalists do not support that theory. What functionalists are saying, there should be a man and a woman and children, so that there could be a simple balance in society.
And peaceful family.
Okay, meaning that if you are in a family with a single parent, then that's not a family. You are a single mom with your kids. That doesn't make a family. That doesn't define a family, as you're saying.
It's a family.
Bear in mind that
But it is an imbalanced family.
bear in mind that
It
dad
is
also
an unfunctional
occurs.
family.
What
We
about
cannot
dad?
function.
What about dad?
That comes when time goes on. So by the time you're married, it's not like you're going to die same time. There's still going to be a family, time will go by, and then you will die. Your children will be grown by the time. So then there could be balance.
It means that you're trying to say that when I get married and my husband dies, I am supposed to find another man who's going to fill that gap for my husband.
When your husband
Or,
dies,
hold on. Or are you saying that when my son is old enough, he's going to be the father, he's going to be to work? Am I not going to? Is it not possible for me to go work for my children? Am I going
Who would
to
stay
wait?
home?
Am I going to? Am I going to wait for? Am I going to wait for my children to grow older in order for me to support in order for them to take care of me?
Please don't fight with us.
I'm not fighting. I just want the truth. I just want the truth. I'm sorry, my honorable judge. But the facts must be straight. If you're saying that a family needs a father, a mother, and the children, is it not a family enough if there is no father in the house?
It is a family.
You're
But
done.
we cannot run away from the fact that there are jobs that were meant to be done by men, and there are jobs that were meant to be done by women.
Okay, if you are saying that there were jobs that were meant to be done by men and jobs that were meant to be done by women, what is it that a man can do that I cannot do?
Anything
to
that-
answer that, men cannot be emotionally expressive. That is why that women their place is in the household. They are meant to nurture the emotions of family members. Men cannot express their feelings, no matter how hard they try. They cannot express their feelings. That's why they work outdoors to bring in money, and the family. Then the woman can take care of the family.
That's why you find that men are suicidal, just because they cannot express their feelings.
Exactly.
That's why you see that men are killing themselves whenever they cannot be able to talk to people. You can avoid that. It comes to the suicidal part that you can avoid being suicidal if you were able to talk to someone. That means that functionalist is only just is only been used just to justify the male dominance.
We cannot change how men express. We cannot do that. It comes naturally to them.
Yes.
So what are you saying?
What do you
What
mean?
must happen to men? Because
What
they
must-
can't.
What
they
must happen
can't.
to the society? Forget about men. What about the society? Because that is what is important.
What must happen to the society is that men should stick to their jobs,
Yes.
and as well as women.
What about
Of course.
equality?
There is equality that way. As long as everyone is doing their roles, then there is balance in society.
There is no equality. There is no equality if the men are superior than women. There is no equality in that. When there is equality, it means that it is 50-50. There can't be 70-30 and you say it's equality. How?
There's no such.
There's no
You cannot
such
say
thing.
that there is no equality because men are not actually superior in the functionalist theory. Men are also dependent on women because they cannot hold a household on their own. They need women to take care of their children. As much as women need men to bring in the money and to bring in food for the family to survive.
I would say that functionalist view is so sexist, if I can put it in that way. You're so sexist because you can't divide the work or the chores that a man can do and the women that cannot do. There is no such thing. There is no such thing.
It does not say a man cannot do this or a woman cannot do this. But we are saying should not.
Why not?
So there could be balance in society.
No, there is balance. There is balance even if my husband goes to work and I go to work. There is also balance.
There is competition arises in that way.
Competition also arises when the man is working and the woman doesn't. Take for instance Uzalo, the episode that we've been watching in our days. Nkunzi there is working, or Nkunzi there is the functionalist. Where else Mangobo is the subordinate of Nkunzi. What happened? Mangobo decided to backstab her husband just because she wants something of her own. What if you die and then I don't have anything that is called that is in my name?
What is your closing point?
As functionalists, we believe that there is a need for gender roles so there could be balance in society.
Conflict theory?
Functionalism has been used as a justification for male dominance and gender stratification. Therefore, as conflict theorists, we suggest that in the society and in the families there should be equality. Therefore, the issue of roles must be cutted out. Everyone must do the chores equally. If a woman must go to work, she must do so in peace, in harmony. Thank you.
The final decision is the court. We are totally agree with a conflict theory because a conflict theory it promotes gender equality, of which is good. The court